And here, my friend, is the problem. You see, influence does not feel like control. In the world that we live in today, control doesn't look like force. It looks like habit. This is just how things are. And because control doesn't feel like control, right? We don't resist it. Nobody forces you to work, but you have to work. And when you come work, you don't like what they say to you, but you have to do it. And you do it and you get paid. They pay you for complying. And sometimes we think that smart people are not affected. You see, just because you're intelligent doesn't make you immune to being influenced or being controlled. In fact, if anything, it makes you better at justifying things that doesn't sit right with you. This is where you start rationalizing. You see, smart people like rationalizing things. They like having explanation for everything, so they explain everything or try to explain away discomfort, and so they adapt. And we don't adapt because we are stupid. We adapt because we are human. Like, human beings are wired. Human beings are wired to belong. Human beings are wired to avoid conflict. But if you don't know yourself, if you're not honest with yourself, you start thinking that you're above the program. You start thinking that, oh, I cannot be influenced. And this is the truth. See, most of us like to think of ourselves as independent. We believe that we think for ourselves. And that belief, see, that confidence, it feels empowering. It feels like we're in control of our own lives. But that is also where influence starts. You see, how can you find the light if you are unaware of the darkness? And most people would fight you to defend the belief that they can't be manipulated. You see, they can't be lied to, that they are independent, they think for themselves. They can't be influenced or controlled. So if you want to become more in control of your own life, so you must be honest with yourself. Because the truth is, we live in a world where we are constantly assimilating. That means we are constantly absorbing information everywhere, all the time. How are you supposed to imagine anything if the images are always provided for you? You see, most people find themselves having two opposing beliefs at once and still believing that both are true. That means they deliberately believe a lie. Once I get this, then I'll be accepted. Once I get that surgery, see, then I'll be pretty. Once I lose that weight, then I'll feel good about myself. We say things like intention matters. But like when it comes to other people, we judge them by outcome. But when it comes to us, we judge ourselves by our intentions. Oh, when I am thin, when I am slim, when I look a type of way, then I'll feel handsome, I'll feel pretty. And it's as a result of constant 24/7 assimilation, absorbing information, 24 hours a day. For the rest of our life, we are being dumped. We are being dumped down. And to defend ourselves, see, we have to fight against assimilation. Assimilation that goes into our thought process and dull our thought processes. You see, we must learn to read to stimulate our imagination and to cultivate our own consciousness. And because most of us don't want to feel vulnerable, see, we tell ourselves stories to make us feel safe. Oh, I'm just scrolling. Oh, I'm just watching this. It's just for entertainment. It's just for entertainment purposes. And we say these things to make us feel good, almost to make us feel like we are aware of what's going on, as if that thought process makes us immune to being influenced, to being controlled. See, nothing that touches our mind is ever just harmless. Every post, every video, every conversation, they leave an imprint. You see, the worst kind of influence, it's not loud. It's one that just slides in. See, most of you know that most of these horror movies, in a way, or those, horror movies, those demonic movies. You see, most of you know that those things have some bad energy to them. Some of you will not bring something like that into your house, but you will bring it into your house if it's packaged funnier, if it's packaged cleaner. So you will bring it into your house if it makes you laugh. You see, the worst kind of influence is not the one that is all up in your face yelling. The worst kind of influence is the one that whispers to you. The worst kind of influence is the one that feels like your thoughts. You see, if you were raised in a community, if you were raised in a society that believed that 2 + 2 = 5, see, that's what you would have believed today. We were raised, everything that we believe is because of the society that we were raised in, or at least most of the things that we believe. And so obviously, and there are certain things that you believe that you have been able to let go of as you begin to, it didn't make sense, you begin to question certain things. And I think for me, in a way, it makes me to be constantly, or at least it leaves me in a place where I'm constantly questioning the way that I think, the things that I value in life. Like, what are those things really to me? And why do I perceive life, the way that I perceive life. The moment influence feels like your idea, you defend it, you protect it, you start thinking it defines you. And you see, you don't even notice it. And so because of this, I'm constantly asking myself about the things that in a way might appear as if they define me. Like what is these things to me? The things that I believe. You see, we think that influence is loud. We think that the things that influences us or seek to influence us are the things that yell, that screams right at us. But that's not the kind of influence that is the most dangerous. See, the most dangerous and the most powerful kind of influence, like I said earlier, are the ones that feels like your thought. They feels like your idea. They are the one that just slips in. I mean, think about this for a second, right? Think about this. Your fears, your want, your sense of right and wrong. How much of that did you actually choose? And how much was just absorbed quietly over the years? See, assimilation. No, really, like ask yourself. See, the things that you defend, the things you fight for, the things that you value, where did they come from? You value honesty, but sometimes you're like, well, this lie is harmless. This is a harmless lie. It's a white lie. I hate drama, but I constantly participate in gossip. You see, I constantly participate in, when I see it online, when I come across a video that is talking about somebody else's life story, about what the drama going on. Oh, they are no longer dating, and I consume those things. And I think the reason I'm having this conversation with you all is so that you can be able to look or question things that you hold, or at least, be able to see when influence starts setting in. Every video, every post, they leave an imprint. Some things strip you and other things add to you. And other things push you, other things make you question, other things, in a way raise up your level of consciousness and awareness. You see, because the world that we live in, look, the power that be, oh, there we go, yeah. The power that be, right, and the way that our world is set up, you see, it uses repetition a lot. And, I said this in my past video, repetition is just frequency in a way, right? Because frequency is just a number of times that something repeats. And you see, but the thing with frequency or the thing with repetition is that repetition is not something that is normal, or it's not something that is just neutral. And that's the thing, because we live in a world where things are constantly being repeated to us. And what happened, and the reason why things keep getting repeated there's a reason why they don't just show you commercial once. This is why we are constantly, it's like a marketing holocaust. Every single day, 24 hours a day, every single day, forever, for the rest of our lives. That's how it's going to be. Because, like I said, repetition is not just neutral. It has a purpose. And this is why, because when you see something once, you question it. When you see it 100 times, it starts to feel familiar. Now, when you see it 1,000 times, it feels like true. And the thing with the human psychic is, we are more comfortable with things that feel familiar. In a way, I think the reason I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it, is because I need you to be aware of these things about us, about ourselves. I just need you to have more awareness. Stop mistaking repetition for truth. We do not question things that feels familiar. Things that feel familiar feels safe to us. They even feel like home. When we see something that is familiar, we trust it. We stop questioning it. See, that's how influence works. See, that's why for them to get their agenda across, for them to influence your mind and control your mind, they do it through your celebrities. You've seen these people on TV, you feel like you know them. And so you fight and you defend them. You come online and you're going back and forth and you're defending somebody over something that you do not know. Whenever they need to influence you in regards to anything, they use one of the celebrities. That's what they call them, influencers. You're more accepting, because if they bring somebody else to do it, somebody you're not familiar with, you question it. Let's say they want to influence you or make you believe or lean a type of way. They're going to bring somebody you are familiar with. See, that's how it works. And when you realize this, you can also use this in your life in a way. Now, don't use this wrongly. But I'm just trying to tell you that's how it works. When you make yourself to be familiar with somebody, or you make somebody to be familiar with you, then you can begin to influence them. And you're able to influence them because they let their guard loose with you. That's just how it works for anybody. That's just how it works. Because when we feel like we're familiar with somebody, even when we do not know those people, when you feel familiar, you stop questioning it. And that is how influence works now. It works with comfort. Influence works with convenience. It works with entertainment. You see, if you want to know the things that are designed or the things that has the potential to influence you, if you want to know the things that are set there to influence you, to control you, look at the things that are designed to keep you engaged. Look at the things tailored for you, for your reaction, for your emotion. And I need you to understand this. Most of us already know. We act like we don't know. There's a system learning what grabs you. There's a system learning what makes you angry, what keeps you watching. And it's not because they are trying to help you. It's not because they want to make you smarter. It's because they want to keep you hooked. You find yourself scrolling and you say, oh, I'm just scrolling. Oh, I'm just watching. Oh, it's just for entertainment purposes or for educational purposes, right? But you're consuming short form content. Those things are designed to spike your dopamine, to fry your dopamine receptors. And this is why most times you can't read the book. You can't sit down and be quiet with your own self. You're constantly thinking about what's coming next, because your brain is used to swipe, swipe, swipe. So you're watching something, but your mind is already focused on what's coming next. You are hooked. You are hooked. And so, you can't sit down and listen to something that is just pure knowledge based. You need sound. You need flash, testy, edits, pop up. You need all this to keep your attention, to grab your attention and retain your attention. And this isn't me talking down to you. I hope you guys know that. This is me just shining light. If it's something that you can relate to, then you know. But if it's something that you can't relate to, then you know, okay, this doesn't apply to me, Or maybe it's something that I used to, that stuff used to happen to me, but I had to unrot my brain. See, every click, every channel, everything that we search, we look up, the system is learning us. And this is scary, family. And the reason this is scary is because once you are hooked, right? Once influence sinks into your mind, it doesn't feel like control anymore. See, that's why it's scary. It feels like you. This is why people fight to protect their belief, even when their belief is as a result of them being shaped, being influenced. And whenever you try to get them to see it, now you become like an enemy, because the way they look at it is you are attacking their identity. But it's like, they don't want to let it go, because for me to let it go, for them to let it go, that would be like them admitting that it happened. That would be them admitting that they were influenced. Being influenced doesn't mean you're weak. Being influenced makes you a human. Pretending that you're immune, I can't be influenced, I can't be controlled, that's what leaves you unprotected. Real strength starts with awareness, with the willingness to ask, why do I believe this? Who benefits if I don't question it? What did I stop listening to inside of myself? And this is not about being paranoid. I'm talking about being aware. I'm talking about presence. See, because people who know that they can be influenced are people who can choose how they are influenced. They know how to pause, they know how to reflect, and they know how to realign. And once we start doing this, control loses its grip. Not because we force it, right? Not because of anger, not because of, let me go, but through awareness. Because once you see the darkness, then you can start heading for the light or looking for the light. And once you see the chains, then you can start seeking freedom. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be okay with being wrong. We all have to be eager to believe that we are wrong about everything. If you're willing to embarrass yourself, if you're willing to try, you're willing to embrace discomfort, you're willing to try something new. And this is how we should live every day. In a way, this is us living in the present moment. We have to be able to ask ourselves questions. For real. We have to be able to ask ourselves, the things that we believe, why do we believe it? Especially when it comes to, now, when you go on social media, you see so many divide and so many fight, right? And outrage on so many different things. And it's like the things that you're fighting for, who benefit from you believing what you believe, right? So question one belief this week that feels untouchable. Sit with the discomfort instead of running away from it. You see, that discomfort you feel, that's control, loosening its grip. Now, some of the things that we defend, some of the things that we come online and we fight about, we are not the one that benefit. There is a group of people, the power that be. There are certain people that benefit from us fighting and defending some belief that we think are our belief. Some belief and ideologies that we have tied ourselves to. We are under stronghold. We are under influence. And so here I am, and I look at you as the enemy. I look at you as the enemy when you and I are really having the same life. We fight each other for something that truly has nothing to do with us. It's not even about us. It's an influence. And this is what keeps us divided. Before we are anything else, all these things that divide us. Truly, we are human, but we come and we fight for other people. We fight for the ideology. We fight to keep those people who lord over us in a way where it's like, some of them, they don't even care about us. But what I'm saying is, you see, the person that you see, that's your neighbor. The person that you can interact with, that's your neighbor. So why would you fight your neighbor? Why would you fight with a person who is living right here with you to defend something that those who live here, who control everything, stand for? The only reason you feel like it's your own belief is because, that whatever that system was here before you got here. And you defend it. You didn't find it. It wasn't your family tradition or value. When you start looking at the things that you fight so hard to protect, that's something that has influenced you more than you would actually like to believe. Otherwise, you see, nothing should hold you. Nothing should have that stronghold over you. The things that most people fight for, and it's like once you touch it, once you address it, it's like they take it personal. Those are the things that have stronghold. Now, those are areas of control over us. So now, how do we stay grounded and retain our power? And this is how you do it. See, being free is you choosing what influence you let in. You need to look at your mind. Or don't think that your mind is an endless feed, like a scrolling like TikTok, right, which has no bottom. Your mind is a home. Treat your mind as a home. The bottom line of the bottom line is we are all being influenced. That is unstoppable. There are things constantly being placed before us, unless you want to become a monk and run and go live under a rock or somewhere. We are all being influenced. Now, here is the real question, the important question. The question of the day: will you notice it before it starts thinking for you? I need you to listen to me. I need you to be empowered. I don't need you to just agree or just nod along with what I'm saying. Okay, I need you to do something with what you're hearing. Next time that you feel a certain type of way, I need you to pause. Next time a belief feels too comfortable, that's your signal. Ask the harder questions. Follow the discomfort. Listen to the voice within you, not the voices. Not if you're hearing voices, not those voices. Listen to the voice within you. Practice choosing your influences instead of letting your influences choose you. Because awareness is not passive, it's an act. And every time you practice awareness, you take a little power back. So start today, not publicly, not perfectly. So you have to stop outsourcing your thinking. See, nobody is coming to protect your mind. See, that part is on you. Stop mistaking repetition for truth. So question one belief this week that feels untouchable. Sit with the discomfort instead of running away from it. You see, that discomfort you feel, that's control, loosening its grip. I really hope you guys continue to do the best with what you have.